We're going to start in about a minute or two. I want to give just as many people as we can on.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're excited about this opportunity.
Oh, me too. I've been wanting to learn about this for so long. So when I saw the opportunity, couldn't pass it up.
Well, the thing is that the it's going to be a class opportunity to get to know some of the basics, but there's so many ways to save money that we're going
Uh-huh.
to talk about a Facebook page that I've set up for us as a group, and then we'll have other classes, and I'll do lives and things like that as well, because it's just too much to try to do it in one class.
Yeah, I can only imagine. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it and they would
Right.
already know about it.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Hello, Davina. Welcome. I'm going to wait one more minute. Crystal, it's a black screen. It's covering my PowerPoint. Is that?
Just a second. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out what it is
Okay.
that is blocking it. Is it back up?
No. Um,
Mm, interesting.
there we go. We got it. Well, it's 6:02, and I know everybody has probably either worked today or felt like they worked today, and I don't want to take advantage of everyone's time. So let's just go ahead and get started. I just wanted to say thank you for joining us tonight. My goal is to help you guys to start saving money as early as tomorrow morning with one of the bargaining tips that I'm going to share with you tonight. I want to thank Crystal Ifakoya. She is one of my very dear friends. Her ministry is Wow. It's Winners Helping Others Win. We've known each other for several years and we've done a lot of collaboration together. And she actually helped me, believe it or not, over lunch to create Bargains with Bridget because I wanted it to encompass all of me, all of the things that I'm doing to help people to save money. And we created over lunch, and then she had a website built for me in a literally in like within the next day she had a website built for me. Now she can't always do it that fast. She did it as a favor, but if you need any kind of IT help, she has a business house also called Boss Encounters. So that may be something that you want to check into. And then the WOW events are the second Saturday of every month, and we'll post the link for that so you guys would be able to come to the meetings if that's something that you'd like to do. So we'll go to the next screen. So couponing is what we're going to do that we need to do to stretch our dollar. Every dollar seems to count. We have to have real life strategies to reduce expenses. Things like even toiletries, when money's tight, one of the things that you're going to look at is, do I feed my kids or do I buy toilet paper? Or do I feed my kids and buy shampoo? If you go to some of these discount stores, I found out that the way they sell it so cheap is because they can water it down. But one of the things I'm going to show you is that you can actually buy name brand, very nice toiletry items at Walgreens and CVS cheaper than the store-bought store brand at Walmart. Next screen, please. So we know that prices keep rising, paychecks feel smaller, and stress follows uncertainty. So we need to save money. We need to do what we need to do to be able to have a future. If I'm at retirement age, and I can tell you that sometimes I think about some of these elderly people that are working at fast food restaurants and Walmarts, and I'm thinking, I don't want that to happen to me when I'm that age, so I have to find a way to make better money than that. Next screen, please. So here's an average monthly utility cost. Now, some's going to be higher, some's going to be lower. But look at electricity, 130, $160 a month. That could be winter or summer, depending on your utility situation. I owned a townhouse, and my townhouse was all electrical, if you could imagine. And we were always either freezing downstairs or burning up upstairs. Water and sewer. I mean, I think that the city has some kind of monopoly on water and sewer bills. Then natural gas is 60 to $80 a month, summer or winter. And then our internet. And, and there was one point that our internet, because my husband wants to have the fastest internet possible, was going way up over $200 a month. And I mean, that's wasteful. So, the average person is spending $300 to $400 a month on utilities. And the other day, someone posted on Facebook that their electric bill was $1,200 for a four-bedroom, four-bath house. And she called to find out what happened. And they said, well, we forgot to charge you enough, so we're catching up. And so, she said, well, what am I going to do? I can't pay it. So they worked out a plan for her, but $1,200 paying it back is probably going to take her a little while. And that's a bite out of her budget. So we're going to talk about how to fix that as well. Next slide, please. So now groceries. Now, like I was saying, that groceries are so expensive, and if you don't know how to shop with couponing or how to shop with bargains, like we're going to talk about tonight, the grocery bill is just going to be outrageous. I was looking on Facebook and people were talking about how they spend upwards to $1,000 on groceries a month, because especially if you got teenage boys, they know how to eat. But unfortunately, teenage girls know how to eat as well. So we want to make sure that we help you save some money at the grocery store as well without living on beans, because nobody wants to live on beans and rice. Like Dave Ramsey says, if you need to get out of debt, eat beans and rice. I'm not eating beans and rice personally. So slide, please. The goal of this class is to teach you how to save money as early as tomorrow morning on your utility bills, how to save money at the grocery store. Even the most expensive grocery store in here in Oklahoma, Resource, has a way that you can save money and go buy the nicer quality food, because I have to tell you, Resource fruit is really better than the discount stores that we go to. I mean, it's even better than some of the others. So, and know how to coupon. Now, I'm not an extreme coupon shopper. If anybody has ever seen that coupon show, that was staged and it was scripted. They would call those stores for the TV show and they would say, I'm going to come in and I'm going to buy 500 toothbrushes for $1. And, I've got 500 toothbrushes. I mean, literally. And then they hoard it up. And some people give it away. I have a stockpile and I like to be ready if I'm running out of something, or if I have a ministry that I work with, if they call me and say, we need some things for some of our people that have moved from homelessness to an apartment, I want to have stuff ready for them. But at the same token, I'm not going to take a whole room in my house or my garage and make it so crowded in there like I have a grocery store. That's just my preference. Now, some people may want to have a grocery store in their house, but I don't. So we're going to talk about how to start couponing. Just with the basic one, it's going to be Walgreens. Next slide, please. So I'm going to tell you how to save your utility bills. Now, some of you guys may be already doing this, but maybe some of you aren't. But it's called the average payment plan. And you can do it with your electric company and you can do it with your gas bill. You can't do it with water, but you can with electric and gas. And I have done this for over 20 years. It's so simple. All you have to do is call them and say, hi, my name is, I'm calling to see if I can enroll in your average payment plan or budget billing program. I'd like the bill to be consistent each month so I'm budget so I can budget better. They're never going to ask you why, but if they do, you could just say that I'm tired of my bills fluctuating and I need a level payment plan. And then they'll sign you up if for PSO does it and Oklahoma Gas does it. I can't imagine there's not a company that wouldn't do it. But I mean, there may be some places that don't. If they say they don't offer such a thing, then ask them if there's another way that you could save on your bill. Now, I've lived in California and I've lived in Oklahoma, and I have done the average payment plan both places. I have lived in several places in Oklahoma, and I've just always done it. My electric bill is consistent and my gas bill is consistent every single month year round. Because what they do is they take an average of a year and then they'll divide it up and they will send it out to you for the month average of 12 months. Now, some people say that I was talking to Crystal and she said she did have a spike one month, even though she's on the average payment plan. And but that was somehow that they missed billing her, which I don't know how that happens. How can the utility company miss billing you? But it did. So next screen, please. So I want to talk about this now. Some of you may or may not be on food stamps. If you know anyone that's on food stamps, this is fantastic. I was in research one day when shopping on, I usually go on Fridays, honestly, Friday night after work, I usually go to research. And they had the sign up there that if you bought $20 worth of groceries with your food stamps, then you got free $20 worth of fruits and vegetables. Now, I just think that's fantastic. You're going to get $40 worth of groceries for $20 out of your food stamps. And what you need to do, and we're going to talk about how to shop at Resource, is you want to shop for your fruits and vegetables that are in season. Because, everybody likes to have the nice fruit and things like that. But, I mean, bananas, apples, oranges is always going to be a go-to. You're always going to be able to get that for a good price. But sometimes, and also you can buy frozen as well. I mean, frozen, if you thaw it out, it's really not that bad. So, resource, we're going to talk about a little bit more detail. But once again, if you're on food stamps, this is a great way to stretch your dollar. Next slide, please. So we're going to talk about shopping at Walgreens. We're going to talk about store rewards and digital coupons in the app. We're going to talk about rewards that roll over. This is perfect for beginners, and I'm going to give you a YouTube channel that you can follow because I have to tell you, ladies, I cheat. I go to YouTube and I watch two people. I watch Kayla. It's couponing with Kayla. I love her. She's adorable, and she always has a printable list on. I go on Saturdays, and she always has a list of what to shop for, and she shows you how to do it. And then the other person is Ivy's Coupon Camp, and Dollar General every Saturday offers an additional $5 off $25. And the way you really shop at Dollar General is by using regular coupons. You spend $25, you get to use your regular coupons that are manufacturer coupons, and then you get to add your $5 Dollar General coupon as well. Next screen, please. So this is one of my times that I went to Dollar General and I went to Walgreens, and my retail price there was $87.02. I paid $34.65, which is about a 61% savings. And you can see what I got. That's Dove shampoo. You know how expensive Dove shampoo is? It's $8. $8 for one of those bottles. I needed trash bags. Those things are always expensive because if you buy a cheap trash bag, it's going to bust and you're going to have garbage all over the house. And then some nice deodorant there. I have another ministry that I support on occasion that has a apartment complex that they support. And what they do is they give them laundry detergent. So whenever I can get a good deal on laundry detergent, then I give that to them. My husband and I personally prefer Tide Pods. And so I load up on Tide every time it's on sale. Next screen, please. So we're going to talk about what to coupon first. It's toiletries, cleaning pro supplies, paper goods, personal care, and that's what you will already you're already buying it. You just want to start saving some money right there in the beginning. Next screen, please. So we're going to talk about next steps. So what we're going to do is I have a Facebook group called Bargains with Bridget, and I'd like to ask you to go ahead and join that Facebook page because what I'm going to do, that group, I should say, is I'm going to be posting the coupons for the week. I'm going to be talking about my hauls, the girls that are doing the influencing for the coupon shopping, they always call it their hauls. And so, so if you've got a good deal, you want everybody to know about it. I'm going to be posting about Walgreens, not Walgreens, I apologize. Every Wednesday, Resource comes out with a new ad, and I'm going to show you the ad for this week. And then it's just different fun stuff to see what different people are doing, and also to ask any questions if you need to ask. Next screen, please. So I just want you to realize that saving money is a skill and it takes practice. You can do this. I have a friend that I've been helping to do couponing. One day she made me totally laugh. She said, I was trying to go to Dollar General. I was trying to do what you told me to do. And she said, I ended up spending $60. And I said, what in the world did you spend $60 on? She goes, well, I needed this and I needed that. And I said, no, that's not how this works. You don't shop with what you need. The goal is to have one or two things in advance, saved back, not hoarding back, not having a closet full of stuff or your garage or whatever. It's just enough that when you run out, you can go straight over to your stockpile and you can just grab it without having to spend money because everything is sold at a season of time. So, like for example, somebody was posting that they needed to buy a Mac laptop. And so everybody said, wait till about March, April, because then the new ones will come out and then they're going to deeply discount the price of a Mac from this year. And you know how technology is, it changes every 5 minutes. So if you can hold on and wait until the season rolls around, you're going to be much better off. If I remember right, I think January is when you could get your appliances at a really good price. Now, we all know about Black Friday and that you can get all kinds of things on Black Friday. But it's like somebody said, are they really jacking the prices up really, really high at that point? And are they going back and then they reducing the price? So next screen, please. That might be the slideshow. Okay. So what we're going to do is first of all, does anybody have any questions? Just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. I'd be glad to answer them if I can. Okay. So another thing that you can do to save money is I have my mentor really, really is successful. He is a six-figure earner many times over. And he said the one way that you can save money is by calling your cell phone company and telling them that my cell bill is too high and I need you to reduce my bill or I'm going to cancel it. And he said then they'll throw you into retention and then they will give you a outrageous savings, for a year or two to keep you retained. And then when that special runs out, then you call them again and tell them that, or you really do change. And it's the same thing with your internet provider. Now, I was telling you that our internet, because we had Cox, honestly. First of all, I work remotely from home for my day job. And so my day job, I have to have my internet. I have to have it up and running. And Cox, I'm telling you, every other thing, that thing was going out. And it was just worrying me because I thought one of these days my manager is going to say, you're not worth the trouble anymore because you can't keep your internet on. So, and like I said, we were paying a lot of money for that internet bill. So we called AT&T and we got a fiber and they didn't bury it because they said that in our area they're not burying the fibers, but they put it up in the air. But this is how good AT&T internet was for us. So we had one of those storms, you know how we get them, and a tree branch fell on my line on a Saturday. And I'm freaking out. I'm thinking I'm going to be without for days because that would be Cox. I'd be without internet for 2 or 3 days. And so I called them and they came out that day and they rehung the line. I was so impressed with them. It was such a good deal. So I saw some new people come on. Did anybody have any questions they wanted to ask? Is there anything that I can help clarify for you guys? Okay.
Bridget,
Yes.
hey, I have a question.
Okay.
Does the calling your cell phone company, does that work with most cell phone companies to try to get a discount?
Oh, yeah. It'll work with all of them. Mhm.
Okay, I've got Verizon. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Oh, Verizon, I have to admit, it's one of the most expensive ones, but if you call them and say, I'm going to cancel, they'll talk you into staying. They
Okay,
will help you. And sometimes it's as simple as just saying, I need a new plan. What's your new plan? What is your plan for new people now? Because you know how sometimes they'll say, like we got T-Mobile because we're seniors, and so it was supposed to be two for $55. Well, of course, then you got to buy a phone. And then there's tax on the phone. And then my husband had to get a phone. So my phone bill was like $120 for both of us. But after I paid off my phone, Peter switched to another carrier, and now I only pay $60 a month for 5G. So that worked out well. So I'm going to show you, this is going to look a little bit backwards. If we could, oh, it's not going to let me show you. Well, anyway, I have the resource ad here. They come out every single Wednesday. And what I would encourage you guys to do is to download the resource app, and every Wednesday they will post the new ad on the app. Now, the best days to shop for some of their sales is on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And for example, this week, a dozen eggs, remember the days of eggs being $7 a gallon, $7 a dozen. Well, Eggland's Best is a very expensive kind of a bougie egg, and they have it on sale for $1.97 a carton this week. Now, what they do at Reese's is they limit it. They'll give you a limit of how many you can buy. So you can get 2 dozen of the Eggland's eggs for $1.97. But, if you wanted to be a little clever, you could get a rewards card, your husband get a rewards card, or your friend or whatever, and you could both get 2 dozen eggs. Then the other thing that they had on sale this week is like they had now this for some reason I don't know why, maybe because Super Bowl's coming, but they had a lot of junk food on here too. But they had cake mixes for 97 cents. You could buy 5 of those. They have Little Debbie snacks. And one of the things that I like to do now, when you go into the store, particularly Resource, they'll do something like buy one, get one free. But what you have to do is you have to look and see what is the cost of the one. So, like they have the red gold um, uh, tomato, cans of tomato and salsa and things like that. So it may be $4 a jar. You buy one, you get one for half for free, but you paid $2 a jar. Is that more expensive than Walmart or is that cheaper than Walmart? So you kind of have to balance it out. Don't get the shiny object syndrome thinking, oh, it's buy one, get one free, and think that you're saving a bunch of money when it's really not that good of a price because the price for just one, because Resource is an expensive grocery store. So another thing that they have on this week, and they do quite often, is if you buy five, you get $1 off. So the way that works and the way you save money on that is once again, you have to buy the five, or it'll say get 10 and get 10 items, 10 cans of soup or whatever for $10. So it's $1 a can, but you have to buy all 10 cans. If you don't buy what they tell you to get, you're not going to save any money. And then when you get up to the check register, you're going to go, that's not what I thought I was going to spend. And so it's a little bit aggravating. But like this week, I really like old El Paso refried beans. I just can't stand those offbeat store brand beans. I just can't eat them. They're just not good. So if you buy 5 old El Paso mix and match this week, you save $1. So the refried beans are $1 at Resource when you buy 5 cans or five of the variety of old El Paso. Now I can tell you at Walmart, those refried beans for old El Paso is like $1.79, $1.89 a can. So now this is why these grocery stores can do this, and this is how they get the best of you. And I learned this a long time ago, that they have loss leaders, and they know when they put this ad out that people are going to come in and that they're going to lose money on it. They know that that's the deal. But when you walk in there and like at Research, everything in the cans is all the way in the back. So you have to go through all the nice fruit. Then you have to see all the little aisles that they've got all the nice stuff and all those kinds of things. And you go, oh, well, I need bread. I need toilet paper. I need. But when you go to a store like this, what you have to do is you have to go in there with a plan. You're only going to buy the things that are on sale and then put them away. So, like, here's another example. Progresso or Old El Paso soups. Now, you know those Progresso soups are expensive. They're a really nice soup and they're really expensive. Well, they have them on sale for that mix and match that you can get $1 off. So you can get a Progresso soup for $1.49. And so after a while, what's going to happen is that you're going to end up being able to know if that's a good price or not. I've done this for so long, I know what is a good price and what isn't a good price. So, like I said, I'd go to Kayla's website. And Crystal, can you help me with that? Can you go to her website for me on YouTube?
Yes, I also put it in the chat.
Thank you.
And I also have it, I've put the research link in the chat as well.
Oh, good.
Hold on
Thank you.
one second.
Now, while she's doing that, I'll tell you that when you download the Resource app, you download the app and then you ask them at the store for a rewards card. All of that is free, but you want to have that rewards card because
Go over
the way you get these
that.
savings is
And
only
what
if you
final
have the
costs? I'm
card.
also going to give you a
So
couple of
here's Kayla.
online
I'm going to let her talk for a minute.
order options. So if you're shopping at home, you can still get some pretty good deals. We've got lots of different things to choose from this week at Walgreens. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to head in here and get started. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to take just a second to hit that red subscribe button down below so you don't miss any new ones. You can also check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok if you're on any of those platforms. But let's go ahead, head in here and check out these deals.
We're just going to watch this for a second. I just want you guys to see what she does.
Certain products are spend 20, get back $10 Walgreens cash this week. So you don't want to pay with Walgreens cash on this deal since we're earning $10 Walgreens cash. But this is actually a better deal to do online. So what you would do is grab 2 of the lotions online that are $15.99 each. That would total $31.98 before any coupon. There is also a promotion on these to use a code to get $10 off a $20 Eucerin purchase. So we're going to talk about that, but let me show you a few different things. One, check your account and see if you got a spend 15, get $5 Walgreens cash. If you didn't get this coupon, your total for this scenario will be $5 more final cost. But if you did get this one, it may be a good option for this deal. But don't worry, I'll have another scenario too. So we have this promo code we can use. It's just Eucerin, and it takes $10 off your $20 purchase. But if you are wanting to do the spend 20, get 10, you have to account for this store coupon coming off. That's why we're picking up 2 of the lotions, so we're at $31.98, but after the $10 store savings, we're still at $21.98, so we can still get that $10 Walgreens cash back on our purchase. We also have a $3 manufacturer coupon for the Eucerin. It's a 3 off 1, so clip that as well. You can see here, this is the total with tax, but not including tax, you would be at $18.98. On this, you would earn $10 Walgreens cash for spending over 20, and if you have that $5 booster, you'll get $5 Walgreens cash for that as well. It would make your final cost around $3.98. And once again, if you don't have that spin booster, your total would just be $5 higher, so it'd be about $8.98 for these products. Of course, you can mix and
Okay,
match
Crystal,
items
could you
to do
stop
what
it right
works
there? I
best
want
for
to talk
you, but
about this
account for that
part.
store savings if you want to do the spending.
Okay, so I don't use Lucerne products, so there's some things that she's going to talk about on there that I'm not going to buy. But what she was saying about the Walgreens cash. So what happens with Walgreens, and make sure you download your Walgreens app before you go to the store because you're going to want to get that, and then you're going to want to get the coupons that Kayla's going to tell you about when you go on Saturdays. So what happens is that Walgreens will say if you spend so much money, I'm going to give you back Walgreens cash, and it goes into your Walgreens account. So it's like actual dollars. So you're either going to get a register reward, which Kayla explains all of that on her page as well, or you're going to get Walgreens cash. So one day I went to Walgreens and I earned $15 in Walgreens cash. So what I did was I took my coupons and I went up to the register and I would do three different transactions because I wanted to use my coupons and I wanted to get the lowest price on everything because you're also going to get a register reward. Now, I know all of this sounds really confusing, but I'd be glad to help you anytime if you want to either call me or DM me or post it on our Facebook group or whatever. But so what will happen is that I had that $15 in cash, so I ended up spending what they say out of pocket, like $2 or $3. But once again, I only bought the things that I would really need. Like I wouldn't buy that Lucerna. I just wouldn't. That was a waste of my $13. But now what she was going to do is she was going to take that $15 in Walgreens cash and then she was going to roll it over to something else. Now, there's two ways you can shop at Walgreens. You can either shop online and you can go and pick it up and you'll get Walgreens cash. And sometimes they'll post on the influencers on these coupon groups will say, do this online only. So that's another way to save money. I don't usually have very much luck on the online thing because it seems like everybody and their brother is doing the online thing. The other thing is that when you find a store, like I have my very favorite Walgreens, it's always got the products that I want. I know the cashier. I always say, can I do two or three transactions? But I'm very polite. If people start lining up behind me, I will say, I will move. And I will come back to the back of the line because people will get annoyed with you and they'll get aggravated with the store. And then the cashiers get griped out because the couponers are taking too much time. So be sensitive to who's behind you and know that you're going to get your deals, but you need to wait. And I think every clerk in town probably knows about the couponing people. And like my favorite Walgreens is here on 15th and Yale. And so when I go in, I know the lady. I always say hi to her. How you doing? We kind of chat a little bit. I'm going to do two or three. Oh, that's okay, no problem. And then she lets me do it, and then somebody gets in line, and then I move away as well. So can we bring that Kayla back up and just move it up a little bit beyond what she was doing? Thank you for the help. So let's just fast forward a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? If you think of questions after, because this is a lot, I'm really downloading a lot for you guys.
For these,
So what I
your
would
final
do
cost
tomorrow,
for
oh,
these
here we
would be
go.
two for $9. So just $1 higher, and I will have these deals on the printable list. Other deals I'll have on the printable list below the video is like the Shea Moisture deal for spend 20, get a $10 register reward. I did this deal in last week's video, but it is still going strong. If you have those coupons, you could grab a couple of products at $10 each, use a $5 digital and get 10 back. It would make it $5 for two. Don't forget Nexus is also included in this deal, and I have a free printable list below the video with a scenario for Nexus. If you like Nexus, we do have an 8 off 2 digital coupon. Moving along in the hair care, we do also have the Dove deal that was going on last week, still going on this week, and I'll have that one on the printable list as well. Then we have the Garnier Fructis on sale. Buy 3, get a $5 register reward this week. The cheapest one is $4.49, so grab 3 for $13.47. Use a 5 off 3 digital. You would pay $8.47, but get a $5 register reward back on 3, making the final cost just $3.47.
Okay, let's stop it. So do you see
Subscribe
how
is how you
she,
stop explaining the same thing.
so you see how she was saying that you could get three of the Garnier products? They're basically $1 a piece. The way she did that was it was on sale for that price, and then she had a coupon because all of our coupons nowadays are digital. They're all on your app. So you use your app and you get that coupon, and then what's going to happen is you're going to go up there and you're going to pay for it, and you pay $8 out of pocket, but they're going to give you a register reward, and it looks like it's a little printout and says $5 off your next purchase. So then you would take that $5 register reward and you would do your second transaction, then you've got $5 more off. Now, the good thing about this is that sometimes you can even get food that way. You can get you can shop around for different foods like that. Like my dog, she's so bougie, she eats tuna. And so sometimes we would get her tuna there because we could get it cheaper than even buying it at Walgreens. So, like I said, this is a lot and it was fast, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea. So, once again, the basic things I would recommend that you do is you call your utility company tomorrow, call the gas and electric, and then call the internet and the phone as you have time and say, I need to reduce my bills. That'll save you money right away. Then download the Resource app and when you go into Resource, get the rewards card. All you have to do is ask for them at customer service. You can ask for it at the check register, but then you slow them down because you got to fill the thing out. So they also have an ad, a newspaper ad, the minute you walk in the store at Resource, and you can pick that up and see what other things that you might feel like that you need or that you really do need. Sometimes I'll go in there and I'll see an extra treat, and then sometimes we will get that extra treat. Now, like also this week they had the mix and match. They have General Mills cereal. It was $2.49 a box, but when you got five, you saved $1, so it was $1.49. Somebody posted on one of the Facebook groups that I was in not too long ago that the day center needed cereal. And so I think the cereal was probably about $1.49. And so maybe even a little bit less because I got about 10 boxes of cereal. I guess it was about $2, honestly. So I got 10 boxes of cereal for $20. And, not everybody has an extra $20. I happened to that day. So I was able to take some cereal down to the day center for the homeless because they always feed them breakfast the next day. So I personally like to give away groceries because I have lived in a food desert. I grew up with a very poor family. We didn't have a lot to eat. And so food is kind of like my Achilles heel. I always like to try to help people get enough to eat. But when you can save on your utility bills, you can save on your groceries, you learn how to coupon well, it really, really does save a lot of money over time. Now, I do have a website, like I said, that Crystal built for me. It's bargainswithbridget.com. And I'm going to be doing blog posts. I'm going to be doing everything I can to help you guys see how you can save money. And then ultimately, Crystal and I have partnered up that we want to make this a fundraiser for WOW as well, because she is a nonprofit and thank you, Crystal. People need the education that she's offering. Right now, she's teaching a fantastic class. I took it. It's called the Kaleidoscope Program. It literally takes you from I have an idea that I think I want to start a business all the way to creating a website. And I'm telling you what, I'm so untechy. I'm having to have Crystal help me with this stuff tonight because I don't know how to do it and I'm slow. So I asked her to help me. Now, Regina, I'm going to put you on the spot there for a second. Do you mind sharing a little bit about what you're learning in your kaleidoscope class? I didn't ask her in advance, so I apologize.
It's okay. Hi, everyone. So far we've we've learned a lot. We went over a lot of stuff. It kind of caught me off guard, so my mind's not even focused on that. I can. I want to say one of my favorite things. So the first speaker was talking about health and wellness, and we got to talk about herbs and different things like that. And then what I enjoy most about the class is that the unity, the coming together with other people that are like-minded, who are striving, to be great. And just the connections is really helping me a lot because Bridget knows I struggle with staying connected with people. So that helps me a lot. And I just can't pull it to the front of my brain, Miss Bridget.
Oh, that's okay. You did a good job because that's the part I wanted you to
Mhm.
share was the collaboration of the class.
Yeah.
Because what happens is someday the eight of you guys are going to be successful business people, and what you're going to do is you're going to refer who you know, like, and trust. So if I know somebody that needs a place to live and wants to have cohabitating housing, I'm going to call you and I'm going to say, hey, do you have any room for somebody that wants to not live alone? phone, doesn't have a lot of money, but they're in a situation that they would like to share a house with somebody, but who do you trust?
Yeah.
There's the crazies are out there,
Yeah.
so it's things like that that Crystal's team is doing. It's a 12-week class and they've only been doing it for a couple of weeks, but Crystal, isn't this like your third or fourth cohort that you've done?
Yes, it is my fourth one, the fourth cohort that we have taken through the Kaleidoscope program. And it has been very successful for the women in making sure that they are successful in all the things that they do.
Thank you. Did you want to share anything else about WOW?
So, other than that, we have our bake sale coming up February 14th. It is the Wow Sweet Bake Sale. So, if you would like to either contribute as a baker or help us to raise the funds, as little as $5, you will be able to get a sweet treat. And we have Carabelle's and a couple of other bakeries that have agreed to help us with making it successful. So Carabelle's is gonna have a tray of cinnamon sweetheart cinnamon rolls, I think is what
Oh,
it's called. So I'm excited about that. And we also have our butterfly conference coming up in March. So if you're looking to take yourself to the next level, those tickets are $25 per person. And it's going to be a fun day. We're going to feed you breakfast, lunch, and snacks. And you're going to meet some amazing people throughout that day as you progress yourself and you spread your wings and fly.
and I can tell you, I went to the butterfly conference last year and it was just phenomenal. I mean, it really helps you get into your emotions and to find out some of the garbage that you've got in there that you need help getting free from. And then she talks about how you start as a chrysalis, you're in the cocoon and then you just emerge into being a butterfly and then you actually make a butterfly. So it was just great last year. It was a lot of fun. And I'm telling you, the food is good. Once again, food is an issue for me. So if it's a good food, it's going to be a good opportunity for me. So, does anybody have any questions? We're right at 40 minutes. Like I said, I know I went fast. I'm sure as soon as we disconnect, you're going to go, shoot, I wish I had asked that. Sarah, did you have a question?
Um, no, well, I guess just one question. When you're saying on the digital coupons,
Mhm.
like Dollar General, I know, do you get coupons directly from each store's app or where are you getting the digital coupons from?
Right, exactly. So each store has their own digital coupons on
Okay.
their app. And
Okay.
so, and then, so when you go into like Walgreens or even Dollar General, well, I guess all of them actually, there is a way that you can scan the barcode on your phone. So
Okay.
if you like, I want to know if this is going to be cheaper or if it's got a coupon and you didn't get your coupon list together, you can just scan it and it'll pop up what the coupon is. And then you just flip it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's pretty
Awesome.
cool. Yeah. So I just sometimes back in the days I used to do paper couponing. This is how long I've been doing couponing. So does anybody remember the Homeland grocery store that was here in town? Okay, so you remember.
Yep.
And remember it was double coupons,
Uh-huh.
up to two or whatever. I'm not kidding, I had a 3-inch binder and it was a Trapper Keeper, that you could zip and it was full of coupons. And I would never let my husband shop with me because I said, no, I'm distracted. I got to think. And so I would take my coupons and I would go through the store and I would literally walk out with like 97% savings. I mean, it was just the best thing. Then, paper coupons went away. It was a thing of the past. And I thought, well, couponing is dead. And then one day I ran across somebody, how you see reels or TikToks or whatever. And I saw these girls talking about couponing and I thought, it's back. And so now it's much easier than carrying around a Trapper Keeper because it's just all on your phone. So anyway, anybody else have any questions about that? Once again, you can, okay, Regina, you have a question?
I would like to know, do you still do the digital, do you still do the Procter and Gamble coupons and the other, this, even though they're not paper anymore, do you still go to like their .com and get their coupons?
Now, I know that some people do. I don't personally because I'm just really probably not that invested in doing the coupons. There's also something called Coupons 24 or something like that that one of the girls was posting about that. You know, there's a lot of coupon P influencers on YouTube, and you just have to find the one that you like that makes the most sense to you. I like Kayla because she always has a printable list because sometimes they go too fast and I can't catch it or I can't remember what they said. And then couponing, Ivy's coupon camp, I like her because what she does is she literally will create like three or four or five scenarios about what you can do and she doesn't like to spend anything over $10. So she tries to get $30, 30-ish dollars worth of things, sometimes maybe even 40 or 50 for like $10. And what she does is she'll say, so she'll scan them and she'll say, these are the coupons that you need to use. And then she'll create a little set like, okay, so let's do, we're going to do laundry detergent, we're going to do fabric softener, we're going to do dish soap, and we're going to do bleach or something like that, or toilet paper and things like that. And then what she'll do is she'll show you how she saved the money and how she did it. Because sometimes it gets confusing and maybe the first two or a couple of times you go to the store, you might get a little confused. It may be a little bit overwhelming and you may a little bit overspend. I've done it even after all these years of couponing. I've been disappointed because it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. But I just say, oh well, I made a mistake. You know what? It is today, or something doesn't ring up correctly or whatever. I don't fight with the cashiers because they can't do anything about it. So I just move on. I just do whatever I need to do and just go to the next thing. But I do have to say one thing I do stockpile is toilet paper. I do stockpile that because it doesn't go on sale. It goes on sale, but sometimes not fast enough for me, especially if you have a family. So I do stockpile that, and I also stockpile my Tide Pods because those are expensive.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Yes. My biggest question, because you just said a key word to me was the toilet paper.
Right.
Walk us through how we would be able to stockpile toilet paper. Like
Okay.
how do we find those deals or where does that happen?
Okay. Oh, right then. So that's going to be at Walgreens or CVS, but I really shop the most at Walgreens because I understand it the best. So Walgreens will go on sale and I always get the name brand. I don't buy the offbeat stuff because it's not good. Like I only use Brawny now, Brawny or Bounty because it's just worthless. You're going to use five paper towels to one for the name brand.
Mhm.
So they'll have it. So like their Brawny will go on sale and it'll be like let me think now. It'd be like 3.49. And if you buy two, so it's $7, you buy two, and then you'll get like a $3 register reward. So you spent seven, then you get your $3 register reward. So bottom dollar is you spent $4. So what I try to do is I try to make sure because I you only get one coupon per thing. So so what will happen is that I'll go to Walgreens on a Saturday and I will get the two toilet papers that I can get at the best price. And then the next week, sometimes it'll be on sale again and I'll get a new coupon and I'll do it again. Or like when you get the Walgreens cash. So, I bought all my stuff, I've got my register rewards, and I might have 10 or $15 in register rewards or Walgreens cash, and then I'll go back and buy more toilet paper. Does that make sense? Now
No. So
they say that Walgreens toilet paper is as good as Charmin. I don't think so, but some people think it is. But
can we pay you to like go with us couponing? Like how much would you charge to go with us, like to help us at least the first time? Like,
so
yeah.
Okay. So first of all, this is my ministry. This is my passion project. I have a business that I'm building. Some of you guys know what it is, some of you don't, but it's okay. I'm building a business. And so this is my passion project. But I do want to raise money for WOW, and I do want to eventually monetize bargains with Bridget. But I would say for the first time that we go shopping, let's just make a plan. Let's just go do it. Let's just schedule it and let's go on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. Now, that's another thing. The coupons run from Sunday at Walgreens and CVS. They run from Sunday to Saturday. So you get a new batch of coupons on Sunday. So if you go on Sunday thinking you're going to get the Saturday coupons, you're not going to get those. You might have the coupons, but you're not going to get the deals because they rotate the sales every week. Because remember, I was talking about the loss leaders. CVS and Walgreens do loss leaders too. And the manufacturer wants to sell, like, I want to sell 100,000, and that's probably not exaggeration for Walgreens, 100,000 Dove shampoo and conditioners. So I'm going to give it to you at this low price. The manufacturer is going to give you a coupon, and then Walgreens is going to give you a register reward to give it to back to. That's how you're going to get it so cheap. So the first time, let's just go do it together. You just call me, we'll schedule it, and we'll just make some fun out of it. And then in the future, we'll talk about it.
Are you busy this Saturday?
Let me think. Not in the afternoon, not until 4:45.
Okay, so 2 o'clock?
Um, that may be pushing it just a little bit for you because we're going to go a little slow the first time.
Okay, so one.
One would be okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I believe that, I mean, at least a $10 donation for your time for gas. And we'll get
Well,
a link set up so that
okay.
anybody else that wants to meet me at Walgreens on this Saturday at 1 o'clock can all meet you and we go from there. So
Yeah.
after this call, we will send out, if you join the group, you will be able to pay the $10 so that she can spend her time at Walgreens. Now, which one you said, the one on Yale, 15th and
So I
Yale?
go to 15th and Yale, but there's another one that's probably more central for a lot of people, and that's the one on 51st and Sheridan. That's a really big older Walgreens, and
Mm-hmm.
so they always are pretty stocked as well too. So what I will
Sounds like a
do is
plan.
I will get Kayla's printed list, and then I'll bring
Okay.
everybody that comes a list, and then we'll just
Mm.
do a little class, and then I'll show everybody how to do it. Just bring 20 bucks and you will get a lot for your 20 bucks. Now, I have to say, if you do the donation, it's going to WOW because I made that commitment to Crystal and I want WOW to get as much money as they can because everybody's on a budget. Everybody's on a budget. So I have a job and I have a side job. So it's not like I'm rich and I don't need money. I do, but I need to give it away more. Sarah, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just laughing.
Okay, okay. So she's going to post that link for you guys. So if anybody wants to go, you're welcome to. You can't go this Saturday. Let's make another plan because it's a little overwhelming. I've taken a couple of people shopping, and I mean, it's really kind of fun because I'm showing them, I'm explaining it to them, I'm showing them how to scan it, all those kinds of things. So anybody's welcome to go.
I'm excited.
We just have
So,
to figure, I'm going to look, I'll probably even look when we get off here because whatever's going on right now today will be there Saturday. So I'm going to be planning a little strategy for myself on what I'm going to buy.
absolutely. So, I'm glad I joined your group. So, we will post the link. If you want to go, you have to join her group, which should be in the chat. If you joined, after I put it in the chat, let me see if I can find it and I'll repost it, how you join the Facebook group. So make sure you join the group because that's where the link is for you to sign up so you can start your couponing journey. And I'm excited about it. And it will be officially Bridget's link. So we're going to get that set up for her so she's ready to go going forward. So
And also, if you guys, if you'll put in your wins there, talk about, I called my utility company, I've got my bill down to this. I do have to tell you one quick testimony. I had a friend, she lives in a two-bedroom apartment, and apartments are not very insulated. You know how that goes. Her utility, can you believe this? In a two-bedroom apartment, her electric bill was 300 a month. Can you believe that? 300 a month. Because it's an older apartment. So I said, oh, no, friend, no, girlfriend. You need to call your company. And she got it down to 80 to
Okay.
80 a month. I mean, 200 bucks. I mean, who can't use 200 extra bucks? Everybody can. So post your wins, post your questions. If you want to even post like, I wish you had done this differently, because this is our first one and we're going to do more and it'll be different stuff. But this was what I felt like the Lord spoke to my heart to help us save money immediately. So anybody have any questions before we go? Doesn't look like it. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate. Oh, can we get? Oh, yeah. Okay. Um, Crystal, let's see. I'm going to look for her link. It's Ivy's coupon camp. Let me get her too. I'm just going off screen so I can find it.
Is that for Kayla or
No,
a
this is for
different one?
Ivy for Dollar General.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to pull it up here. I just love Ivy. She's just, I don't know how I found these people, but I'm sure glad that I did. Now, how do I put that? Oh, it's here in the chat. Okay.
Bridget,
Yes.
you are a gem.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
I mean, when the Lord gives you something, you want to share it with people. You don't want to just keep it all to yourself. And, we're all trying to do the best we can to support our families. I really would like to be able to. I'm in a Facebook group called Tulsa Moms. Those girls are always struggling, always, 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 but they won't allow you to post anything like this. I asked the administrator how I could get to the people, but maybe that's not what they're set up for. But anyway, if anybody knows how to access any of those ladies, I would really like to help them because a lot of them are on Snap. Or if you know people that are on Snap and they don't understand how it works, I'd be glad to help them as well. We could even do a resource run sometime if you guys want to.
Okay.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you about Resource. Resource has 4 packages of meat for $19.95. Sometimes they reduce it down to $15, and they have these huge chicken breasts. There'll be like 3 chicken breasts in there. They have hamburger, they have steak, they have roast. We like a lot of ground chicken. And so when you break it down, it may be it's probably about $5 a package. And I have to admit, Walmart ground chicken is cheaper, but I really like Reese's meat because their meat's really, really good meat. It's Black Angus meat. And then twice a year, they have what you call a big meat sale, and they sell their meat really, really good prices. And it's only for like a week. That's when you want to save your pennies and have a lot of money to go to the store and a freezer because the sales are that good. But that'll be something I'll be putting in Facebook post as well when it comes. So, alrighty then, everybody. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.